Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Oh, it smells nice. Do the shake and back and put the freshness back. Do the shake and back and put the freshness back. And shake it all over. Shake your love. I just can't shake your love. Shake your love. Shake your love. Then you're gonna pay. Then you're gonna pay, 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 pay. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it up, shake it up, shake, shake, shake it up, shake it up. Hi everybody, part 2 of winemaking. So you've just seen me do the shake and the shake and the shake. You didn't know I could sing, did you? So every day I've shaken that to make sure all the CO2 gets released, and we're basically on. I'll put up here very quickly for you to look at, but I think your best bet if you want to read the instructions is to click on the link in the comments, and you'll get the full instructions to read if you want to. So what are we up to? Fermentation, part 1 of fermentation's done. We're now on point G. When there is at least 1 minute between each bubble, not before, taste the wine. So I've timed it. 2 days ago it was on about 40 seconds, but it was still bubbling, so I left it. I left it 2 days, and then this morning I've timed it about 3 times, and it's bubbling, I don't know, every 5 minutes I suppose, so that's more or less done. I've shook it a couple of times today to release even more of the carbon dioxide. You have to do that, I'll come on to it in a minute, but if you don't release all the carbon dioxide within this next 24 hours, then your wine won't clear. Cloudy beer I can deal with, but cloudy wine, it just doesn't. You've got a glass and it's got cloudy wine in it, it's not great. You'll see cloudy wine now because I've got to taste it. So, taste the wine. What I've got to do now is I've got to taste this, because the fermentation's at the end stage. If it tastes sweet, it's not finished brewing, it's not finished fermentation stage. If it tastes dry, then that's it complete. So I'm hoping it tastes dry. If it tastes sweet, it's back into the fermentation chiller cabinet and try it again. In fact, I think there might be something wrong if this tastes sweet, because the bubbles have stopped. Even when I'm shaking it, the bubbles have still stopped. So I don't know what putting it back in there for another 24 hours will achieve. So let's crack on. Let's open it. It's the first time this has been opened since part 1 when you saw me put it in there. Oh, the smell. I'm loving that smell. I'm on the tea. I don't know if you can see that. It goes that way. That's the caravan we used to have. Plebs on tour. I think I've already mentioned Plebs isn't, it's the Pleb Tavern, Plebs on tour. Obviously I'm Phil, fill your boots. Phil, Lorraine, Emily and Billy, the 2 kids. P-L-E-B, Pleb. You won't see this before tonight, but I think I might do an hour live. Wiggins playing today, so I'll obviously be shouting for Catalan, and then I might do an hour live after that and have a couple of drinks. I've not had a drink for 3 weeks now, so hey ho. Let's taste this wine, careful my fingers don't touch this now. There we go. Enough to show you. So that's what you call cloudy wine. Looks like Scrumpy Jack, doesn't it? But obviously we haven't done the clearing stage yet. Let's taste it. Bottoms up. I think I should have swilled my mouth out before my tea. Smells sweet actually. Definitely dry. Discard that, won't go back in. That's ready. So what we do now, part one was sachet one and the yeast. What we have to do now, I'll have to nip down to the ice, is sachet number 2, and this is stabilizer. So this does what it says on the tin, it stabilizes everything. And then number 3, part number 3 will clear it up. Part number 3 is like findings, I think, which will make it go clear. That's just a buckle of findings. That's what you use on beer, but that's what sachet 3 is. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I need to go and get a third of a pint of lukewarm water, dissolve these stabilizers in there, pour it in, give it a shake, and then leave it for 24 hours. So let me go and do this and I'll come back to you. So here we go. A third of a pint of lukewarm water, sterilised, and stir. Sterilised. Sachet number 2. A third of a pint is 189.4 millilitres. Yes, I know, I'm sad like that. The golden rule is sterilise. Everything you use should be clean. So I suppose doesn't say put it in slowly, so let's just get it all in there. While I'm doing that, do not stop fermentation but let it continue until the taste is dry before proceeding to the next stage. So I could use an hydrometer at this stage to see if it's, not to see if it's dry, but to see if it's stopped fermenting or not. And if I used an hydrometer, that's what I showed you with my beer, which I'm not using with this. The reading should be between 0.990 and 1000. If it's between that, the fermentation's basically stopped. During this period, the container should be shaken several times to ensure the fermentation has stopped and all the carbon dioxide shaken off. If the carbon dioxide has not escaped, the wine will not clear. There we go. That's dissolved. So, give this a shake. But it doesn't say what temperature. I can only assume we leave it out now, because it's March. It could probably get down to about, it could get down to freezing, I suppose, still. But it's 11 degrees now. It could get down to, I don't know, a warm night it could get down to 3-4 degrees. But it's had its temperature controlled in the cabinet. It doesn't tell me to do anything with it now. But one thing it does tell me is to try and leave it on a kitchen table because of the next stage. So let's give this a shake first. and there will still be carbon dioxide in this. You can hear it. Let me just get you closer so that you can see the carbon dioxide still escaping. Right, get you on here. So in there you'll be able to see. Did you see that and hear that? There we go. Hi everybody. So this has been sat here for 24 hours. It's been shaken about 20 times. Seriously, watch. The reason we do this is to try and get all the carbon dioxide out of it, because if you don't, it will be it won't clear basically. So I'm confident, if I take this off now, on yesterday's video, which is the same video as this, so it's like 5 minutes ago for you guys, you could see the air escaping. Nothing. So number 3, oops, is I tried to pronounce this yesterday. Kieselguhr Sol. Can you see that? So I'm going to pour that in now. I'm not going to do a song for this. You had enough of me singing. Okay, so I've now got the last sachet number 4, which is Chitosan, Chitosan, and this is what we have to do. We're on point J. Dissolve contents of sachet number 4, Chitosan, in 0.1 litres or approximately 1/6 of a pint of lukewarm water. 1/6 of a pint is 95 millilitres. Let's read the rest of it to you guys. Dissolve contents of sachet number 4 into 1/6 of a pint or 95 millilitres of lukewarm water. Leave the solution for 5 minutes and stir it well before pouring into the fermentation container. Now that smells like alcohol. Shake very vigorously. I think I've been shaking it vigorously all along, so I'll just shake it the same. Whoa. Okay, so we're still on part 2. I decided to do it in 2 parts instead of 3 parts because the only thing I've got really left is to bottle the wine. So the third part 3 would have been like 10 minutes long. So I've bunched it all up. I know I said at the beginning it'd probably be 3 parts, but there you go. So what we're up to. This is now, I've put sachet 4 into this. I've left it for 2 days. It was actually clear yesterday after 1 day, but me being me didn't believe myself, so I actually left it another 24 hours anyway. Plus I had to finish the wine bottles off, and I had to sanitize the barrel and a demijohn just in case the wine bottles wasn't enough, so I left it another 24 hours. So you can probably see, if you've been watching the others, it's not looked like white wine, and I've said this on numerous occasions, but this looks like white wine. So I'm gonna tap this off. Should I just get a little glass to show you, and then I'm gonna pour it. There's 2 ways of doing this. I can put the siphon tube in, and I can put it into a bottle, and when I put it into the bottle I can, like, on the siphon, it's up here, I don't know if you can see that, let me just get it down. The reason it's hanging up there is because it's been sanitised. I don't want it to touch anything else. So this straight tube goes inside, you all know this I think, and then this is the one with the tap on that I fill a bottle up. So when that's in use, I fill a bottle up. When it gets to the top, I turn the tap off. Move everything while I'm balancing this still inside. I need to be as careful as I can, because in the bottom of this you've got the sediment. Once you disturb that sediment, you've had it. You just leave it another 24-48 hours. So I can do that with all these bottles that you can't see, or I can siphon it into this. Once it's siphoned into this, and then the sediment's in the bottom, go and try and get as close to the bottom as I can. I'll get within a couple of bottles, or within 1 bottle hopefully, and then the last bit I'm going to put into this. So a demijohn, which holds a gallon or 5 litres. So, and then hopefully that'll be alright as well. But even if that's not alright, I can let that settle again. So if I get 3 bottles or 2 bottles into that and it's cloudy because I bring some of the sediment up, I can leave it for another 24 hours, let it settle, and then siphon that off. By doing it that way, I protect about 17, 18, 19, 20 bottles in this. And then to fill the bottles, because this is already full and there's no sediment in it, doesn't matter. I can be as careless as I want. I can just put that on the bar, put it on a table, and I can go 1 bottle, open it, 2 bottles, 3 bottles, be as careless as I want. So it's a lot better that way. Oh, I said I was gonna just get a quick glass out. I don't know if I want to do this, because I think I can still do it. I think I want Lorraine to taste it. But she can still do that on a live. Be as careful as I can. I know it's a gin glass. So there it is. So for me, when you're looking at something that you've actually made and it turns out that good, that's a brilliant feeling. Okay, I'm not sure how well, there you are, I'm not sure how well you can see me, but here we go. I'm going to siphon from that into this, and that's the last main stage, to be honest. So the thing you've got to be really careful about is this sediment in the bottom. You disturb that and you've lost a lot. You've not lost a lot, but it's another 48 hours for it to settle again. But you want to do it in one go. So I'm going to go as close as I can and then see where we go. So I've opened the tap and let's see, I'm going to put this about an inch. So if you can see the MYO letters on that, I'm going to put this to the bottom of that M and see if we can get it flowing. Here we go. Oh there we go. Let's put that down a minute. Because I've cleaned this out, I know that that's open. So let's close that first, should we? And start from there, because it would have got to that tap and then started emptying on the Pleb Tavern floor. Try again. Bottom of the M, there it is. And there he goes. That's flowing quite fast. And what I've just siphoned off, when I got this glass of wine out to show you how clear it was, I didn't taste that. I've just siphoned off and got a bit of a mouthful of this, and it's quite nice. I think it's decent. I've already said earlier in the video, or in part one, I've got quite a reputation, I'm being big-headed now, for making decent wine, but it's never been done like this. This is completely different to what I normally do. So this is probably the better option, because I've made this from grape juice, whereas before it was a pack, a wine pack. I don't know what the difference is with that. I don't know what that involves, but all I know, I had to add all the sugar in that, and this is grape juice. So, but before I had yeast and stabilizer. This time I've had 4 sachets. I'm just very worried. I don't want it to get, if I get this now too close to the sediment and pull any of that sediment in, then this full barrel is going to be cloudy. And it's not lost. I can leave it for a couple of days. I can pour it back in, leave it for a couple of days, let it clear again. But the more you mess with it, the more you risk messing with it, basically. Wow. Okay. So the beauty of this now is there's no sediment in this, and you wouldn't know, but I've been really nervous about this. I've been trying my best to be as calm as this thing. So what? There we go. Doesn't matter. That's clear wine. Okay, this is why we do what we've just done. So, sterilised bottle. If you can imagine, I'm doing this with with the siphon, I'd have to keep turning the tap on and off. There's much more risk of disturbing the sediment. It's a lot harder. This way I can do what I want. I can move this, put it on the bar, I can do whatever I want. And there it is. Hey, bottle number 1.